we're watching the 98. Reed Sorensen rolling back toward the pit entrance, and this is the reason for the caution. You see the smoke rolling out from behind the 98.
In NASCAR, want to check the track for fluid right there, make sure the track's clear. But going back to Alex Bowman, Jeff, you and I had this conversation. The corner started to walk up the racetrack.
Cautions came out. Look at this. He gets up too high and actually into the wall pretty hard.
Yeah, he's just high up the racetrack trying to correct, and right here you see a big moment of loose.
But you know, it could have been a lot worse than it was. I don't think it ever hit anything important real hard. It hit their right rear bumper, and then it kind of moved back around. I thought it was going to smack the right front really hard, but it didn't hit it nearly as hard as I thought it was going to. I'm sure there's damage, but it could have been a lot worse.
I think he felt he was in the right. Oh, as we have the 41 of Kurt Busch. Oh, and the grass is going to get the nose of the car.
How bad is it?
That will tear up that car potentially to a backup if they did enough damage to the front end.
As practice ends, so at the end of the practice this has happened.
And he is deep into the grass there.
That car has damage. Look at, you see the hood?
Yeah.
It's up at the back.
Right up here, up at the top of the hood, you see that no longer fits the scene.
Yes, I mean, something is damaged pretty badly. You can see the grill is knocked in.
What I don't see, though, is
the right
fender
tires is flat.
Yeah, the right front is flat.
The fender doesn't look buckled.
I have a feeling the right front's flat because it flat spotted it when he was spinning.
The hits just keep coming for Kurt Busch because they lost their pit selection because of too many warnings going through tech inspection.
Well, it came around quickly on him. That was, I believe, a 28th lap on a long run. You saw the right front blow after he started to spin, so it wasn't the right front tire, and you wouldn't have spun with a right front tire. It would have been a right rear or a left rear, but right there is where the damage occurred. Got in that grass, and just, you can see the nose, the grill, all that's buckled up. So be interested to see what this team does.
Just behind the 41, he slides around.
Alex Bowman just going to hit pit road. Wise decision.
Well, and final practice had just ended. I mean, the clock had just struck 0 on this final practice when this happened coming off of turn 4. It's on the high side. For the lead, Kyle Busch. See if he'll make the pass on Eric Jones. And around goes the 5. Cole Kuster into the grass.
Looks like no damage to the front, though. We saw in cup practice when Kurt Busch got in the grass and just really damaged the front end, but I don't see much damage. A little bit of grill damage maybe, but other than that, that's all I see.
Just get caught up when you can.
He was running 16th, a lap down.
He just comes up, tries to change lanes, tries to come up in front of the 14 of Matt DiBenedetto, and there just wasn't room. I mean, Matt was in the gas wide open. The 5 really, I mean, that's just, I think, a mistake by a young driver. I don't think that hole is real. I don't think that hole is there. It's barely the size for one car. I think it's just a poor decision to come up.
We had just shown the spotters.
See right there, sorry. See right there where the splitter got into the grass.
Right.
Lucky was going sideways and kind of skirting across the grass rather than going straight on at it and digging in and just tearing the nose up.
I had mentioned the spotters. They're really coming at the spotters. When they come out of turn number 4, they're coming right at them. Is that a difficult situation for a spotter to clear a driver?
I don't think so. I think the spotters here are more than high enough. They're looking down on the race. Daytona as far as restricted plate racing.
Oh, around goes Cole Custer
again through the grass.
Damage this time.
A lot more damage to the front end of the 5. The last time was some contact made between Cole and Matt DiBenedetto. We'll see if this was contact again.
Point killed now.
He was running 18th, still a lap down. And you see all the damage to the left front of that number 5.
You see he comes up the racetrack. Wow. Couldn't tell to the 4. I assume he hit him.
How far could he have hit him? They were going down the straightaway. That was really odd looking.
Yeah, Ross Chastain in the 4. Take another look.
Or just caught him in the left rear, I guess.
The front stretch is difficult today for Cole Custer.
You go right here. He's on the left rear. Had he hit him right in the rear bumper, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But when you hit him in the left rear quarter panel, it just spun him out on the front straightaway.
Yeah, I don't know if Cole was actually breathing a little bit as he caught the 41, but it definitely seemed to be contact.
Maybe try to save that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Cole. I mean, to get contact that turns you around on the straightaway is frustrating. Very frustrating.
Yeah, I think, I can't believe he would have been breathing. I think he was wide open in the throttle, and just, Chastain had a little bit of a run on him, a little bit of a draft in these Xfinity cars, pulled up on him, and you can see really no damage on the left rear quarter panel, but the car's a little light right there going through the travel, and
He looked high, but Elliott Sadler came up, and around goes the 07. Ray Black Jr.
We're going to need 4 tires. Just lock it down, lock it down.
And it looks as though it's going to be a one-car incident. Ray Black Jr. spinning around on the inside, that 07.
Oh, just touched the apron just a little bit. That got him a little bit loose. That 86 on the outside of Brandon Brown, that was taking a little bit air off his spoiler as well. But it looked like to me the 07 got right on the apron, and that started the incident.
And we saw the 86 actually go all the way up to the wall and maybe make a little contact with the wall there. That was Brandon Brown in the 86. The free pass is going to go to the 62 of Brendan Gaughan.
Okay, something else that's happening with all these cautions, now that Brendan Gaughan's going to get his lap back, there'll be 3 cars that are 1 lap down. If we can continue to have these cautions, Ryan Reed potentially could get back in the position to start getting laps back. But watch Ryan Preece coming off the corner. So use a lot of racetrack. Boom, right there.
Right front tire?
Yeah, right front tire came down, and something flew off of that car. I don't know what it was. A
lot of times when they blow, they'll blow the fender out.
Oh, that's a shock absorber. Comes back and hits. Yeah, that's a shock. Wow. There it is, right in the hood. So see right here. Boom, right there. The shock flies up in the air, probably gets into the fence, knocks it back onto the racetrack.
And there's the shock. It ended up in the front of the 4.
Well, the bad news is you lost your shock. The good news is we know where it is.
Ross Chastain found it.
It's up in the grill, in the fake grill, not the real grill.
I mean,
oh, there's something.
You watch racing as long as we've all watched racing. You've never seen it all, have you?
Larson with momentum made it 4 wide as he went through the high side.
Ty Dillon almost cleared the 88 to Smith. Did not clear him. That's going to keep him doubled up. And here come the fast cars.
Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch meeting as they enter turn number 1. Splitting the lap down cars, and around goes behind him Justin Allgaier in the 7 involved, as is Darrell Wallace Jr., both Chase drivers.
I think Ryan Reed was also in that wreck.
Cole Kuster is involved in it as well.
So potentially 3 of our Chase contenders are in 1 wreck. Car trying to make a little bit of a move on the bottom and got into the back of him, and got the 7 turned around, and then really nothing these guys could do.
Ryan Reed may have got away unscathed as he dove down inside the 7 and 6. But we know that Ryan Sieg involved, Cole Kuster, Justin Allgaier, Darrell Wallace Jr. Take a look at the 16. He dives down to the apron.
Yeah, I think he just barely touched the right front fender. We saw damage on the right side, so I think he barely touched the left front fender of the 7 car.
All of that happening at about 175 miles an hour as they were going into 1.
So right there, the contact. Blake Cook by clean. Right there, maybe just a little bit of contact.
Yeah, maybe just a little, but a nice job of not making it more severe. I mean, Ryan Reed is basically on a lap of his own at 2 laps down.
Let's ride along with Ryan Reed, see what kind of a wild ride he had.
Top 3, so there, check up, hard, check up.
He actually got in the wall before.
Keep it straight, clear high.
Like to your, Jeff, like you get out of the gas and the car kind of went straight a little bit, or got on the brakes and it went straight a little bit.
Grass flying. A lot of sheet metal torn up. With just 34 laps to go, Justin Allgaier, Darrell Wallace Jr. two chase contenders now with issues, and that hole that we've talked about with the Sprint Cup drivers, it looks as though they're going to start out in a hole.
Go back all the way on the straightaway. You see here the 33 just gets a big run, it looks like, as you said, and just gets into the back of the 7. I didn't know if they had been racing early on the straightaway, but we went back on the replay and they're not really near each other. It doesn't seem like they're upset with one another. I just think Brandon Jones just completely misjudged how much the 7 was maybe backing up the corner or getting out of the gas to run the bottom, and hits him in the bumper.
And we're standing near his destroyed race car, which you got out of very gingerly. Are you okay? He's getting a refreshment here first.
I have this. I'm okay. Just pretty hard hit. Just unfortunate, you know, we were making some good calls and meeting some laps and running our own race, and it's part of it. So, you know, people ask what wild card race is in the next 3. Here you go. So we got a couple chasers, but can't thank my my Linos team enough. We worked hard on it overnight to get us to be running pretty solid. Yeah, just 7 looks like he got loose, and
33 got into him a little bit too, it looks like.
Well, just unfortunate circumstances, you know. Our Linos Ford Mustang was running okay. I think we could have got a top 10 if we just hit those restarts right, but just not our day. We were trying to make the most of it and just get out of here with a clean finish. But we'll be all right. We'll go to Texas and rebound, win us one, whoop some ass there, and go have some fun in Phoenix.
That's in 2 weeks. How will you avoid dwelling on the negative here, Bubba?
I mean, you just use it as motivation. So we'll push forward and just forget about this one. That's all you can do, right?
All right, out today, but not out of the championship, guys.
By the 3 of Ty Dillon.
Eric Jones has to be disappointed.
Oh, and the caution comes out. Brendan Gaughan sliding through the grass.
Another one of our contenders with hood damage. You see the left front of the hood. The hinge is broken. They're going to have to come in and get that tape down. He's already 1 lap down.
We're not done yet.
Exiting turn 4.
Looks like a lot of smoke,
Yes,
though.
it does.
I think he has some sort of either an oil leak or... Well, you see the damage on the nose underneath the 62 on the right front.
Yep.
And 4 tires when he gets here, and then get the hood.
They have bigger problems with the hood.
Just stop. We're leaking something
You
here.
see the stream of liquid coming out of the back of the 62. He's going to have to stop. He not only he'll oil down the racetrack, but he also break an engine.
Take another look at what happened with Brendan Gaughan. Tried to stay off of the 4 of Ross Chastain and went right into the grass.
I wonder when it went on the grass, he hit the bottom of something. If it like knocked the radiator out of the setting or something, and then knocked a hole in it, knocked a line off.
Yeah, big hit when he hit the grass. We ride along with Joey Logano.
It's clear on the bottom in front of that 62. Clear behind that 33. Oh, good job. Keep digging.
When the spotter says, whoa, good job.
Too many cars fighting for one spot.
And once again, you see the dirt and sod flying as the car gets into the grass. 18 laps to go. Fanning out 4 wide.
Yeah, contact right there. You see the damage on the 20. That's a lot of damage. The 3 they got together.
Once again, contact between the 3 and the 20, and a lot of damage to the left rear.
He's going to have to pit, obviously.
And that's major points for the 20. It seemed like Kyle Larson was trying to force the issue, got into the bumper a little bit. The 3 and the 20 made contact, and now Daniel Suarez is the leader.
So great news for Justin Allgaier.
See right there, the
42 got into the back of the 20.
Well, he was trying to look like go in the middle 3 wide, but there wasn't really room for a car there, and that got in the left rear quarter of the 20 and turned him to the left.
You can see right here, the 42 makes the move to go to the bottom, and then he makes contact with the 20 and then into the side of the 3.
Yeah, it's like he went left and then thought about it and tried to come back right. But at that point, he was too close to the 20.
Quarterback to the 42. The 3 has no help. Still inside.
That was riding along with the 20.
We got a rub.
Now look at from the 1, Elliott Sadler.
Green. Push hard now. Push. He's not on the 19. He's not. Now he is. Keep coming, man. Keep coming on the very bottom. 3 wide, you're on the bottom. 3 wide, you're on the bottom. Keep coming low. Still 3 wide, you're on the bottom.
Still 3 wide, you're on the bottom. And there's a great shot of that.
Yeah, that's just, we've seen already cars that aren't in the chase impact the chase. And that right there was just aggressive driving, trying to get the win. And it's frustrating. It's very frustrating for Erik Jones. Here's a guy that's raced all year long, running every race, has a chance to win the championship, and gets run into by a Cup regular. And that makes it that much more frustrating because you're hoping for a little bit of respect from a guy that comes in and runs every now and then. And that's, Kyle Larson has every right to come in here. He can come here and race. But at the same time, I think these guys want a little bit of respect from those Cup guys.
And the 20 and the 3 coming to pit road. Let's listen to the 42 on his radio.
Looks to me like you had a really good restart, and the 2 in front of you tried to block you and hit each other. I finally timed a good one and saw a hole, and it closed, and thought I had time to check up. It's all my fault.
So not pressuring it as Kyle Busch comes by the stripe. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Kyle Busch, the winningest driver in the history of the Xfinity Series. A champion in the Sprint Cup Series. Last year, he's the defending champion, taking advantage of track time and the opportunity to race in the Xfinity Series again. Looking for his 9th win of the 2016 season. Kyle Busch is going to win at Kansas.
Awesome car, you guys. Y'all deserve that one for sure. I'm glad we got it. Come in. Great job there. Overcome a little adversity. Need a little help on the restart, but it all worked out.
Carl Edwards, Brad Keselowski on that list, but Kyle Busch has been dominant. He continues to add to those numbers. Kyle Busch will have his signature bow at the end of the donuts in front of the grandstand. Likes the movie Days of Thunder. That's why Rowdy is on the side of his car. A dominant performance by Kyle Busch today. He led 150 of the 200 laps, but in between the start of that race and the end of that race, there was some great racing for position.
Some really good racing for position. But how about Elliott Sadler and Daniel Suarez? They continue to find a way. No matter what happens during the race, they continue to find a way to get the great
Kyle Busch now getting out of the race car. A dominant day at the Kansas Speedway. He led 150 laps. An incredible run from the start. Started on the pole. Made it look easy most of the day, but it wasn't. Toward the end, you had to make your way through traffic on a late race caution that put you 5th. How are you able to make your way back to the front?
I don't know. There was a lot of things trying to work against us there towards the end, and we just persevered and made it through everything, So this NOS Energy Drink Toyota was awesome today. We had really great speed. I think we showed it all weekend. It was just a matter of being able to put it all together and be able to end up here in victory lane where we deserve to be. We had a fast enough car to do that, and just circumstances kept working against us. But it's cool to be here for these guys, for Chris Gale, for NOS Energy Drink, DBX sunglasses, the fans, Xfinity One app. I use that all the time. I appreciate those guys helping me with that. But all in all, we have a good time with racing these cars, and can't say enough about my guys. I mean, they did an awesome job just preparing a really, really fast car for here this weekend, and wish we could have sealed the deal with this car in Chicago, but things worked against us. They tried again today, but we got it done.
Congratulations on the victory.
So leading the field once again as they go 2 by 2. Green flag in the air. We're racing in the Midwest. up to speed as they come out of turn 4. Kenseth out front. Kyle Busch in the 18 running second.
So that's why he's saying something's wrong. It's not just an issue. As we have a caution on the front stretch.
And this is what Denny Hamlin needed right here. You see the 43 has gone around, Rick, but that is what makes a veteran driver. Denny Hamlin knew there was an issue, but fought through it, stayed on the racetrack, and caught a yellow.
Eric Almirola, looks like he had a tire down, but spun coming off at turn number 4. Denny Hamlin continued to fall all the way back. He was running 19th when the caution came out.
You see the 43 up top here behind his teammate in the 44.
So he got into the back of the 44 and slowed down a little bit. Then the 23 behind him did not anticipate. You know, David Reagan behind him just didn't anticipate him slowing down that much. Look how much damage to the 23 as well. Both of those cars, big damage.
Yeah, it looked like David Reagan maybe lost the front end a little bit and went up the racetrack as well.
And you see all the debris coming off the 43, and NASCAR has no choice but to put your caution out. So you see right here a little bit in real time how they kind of accordion. It seemed like the 43 checked up instead of going underneath the 44, and the 23 didn't have time to check up or didn't realize he was going to be off the pace and just made heavy contact with the 43.
So now Kevin Harvick has netted back what he lost. As the caution comes out, Jamie McMurray in the middle of 3 and 4.
Jamie McMurray way up against the wall.
Hey, you're good. Coming to you guys.
Got the Wildcat on the hood there. Look coming at you out of 2.
You see that's the one of Jamie McMurray in the middle 3 wide, makes contact with, I believe that's the 88 on that right front tire. We saw the smoke, and as he goes down into turn 3, just goes straight, which I would have to believe probably cut that right front tire or had a leak. The one never even had a chance of making the corner in turn 3.
Deal the fueler, and second can going in now for Martin Truex Jr. Core Fresh Goodyear tires. Car's been handling great, and caution for the 78. That's going to change the game.
Yeah, caution comes out. It's actually the 30 that causes it, the Josh Wise car. He is stopped just coming out of turn 4.
I think you can start rolling if you want to. One cross it across there. Come on. There's a garage, guys.
So he was scored as the first car a lap down, but we'll have to wait from NASCAR to find out if he will get the free pass.
Well, the first thing we have to determine from NASCAR is if he is a lap down, because when the caution comes out, he then has to race, as we see Josh Wise in the wall. He has to race the leader to the pit outline. He's pitting past start finish, so it's the 78 score to pit outline relative to the leader. So that's
cycling through the pit stops, Chase Elliott back out front, but the 5 who was just on pit road, and we've got smoke coming out of the 24 of Chase Elliott. The left rear also an issue for the 24 as he comes back to pit road.
Left side. Pull this left rear fender out, left side.
There might have been some contact there. We also saw contact.
Broke. It's wobbling here.
And up against the wall, the 42 of Kyle Larson. We saw a little bit of contact with the wall. It had to have been for the 20 of Matt Kenseth. Now the caution is out. The 42 slow around the top of the track. Up against the wall.
I heard him saying something about having some sort of an issue. I believe it was the radio we were listening to, but hard to tell what happened right there. Maybe the 24 radio we were listening to.
So the caution has come out for just the 5th time. We'll take a quick break. Be right back.
Okay, anyone like coming in first place in everything that matters? Introducing the all-new 2017 Ford Super Duty, the only high-strength military-grade aluminum.
Yeah, it seemed like the left rear tire had made contact with the quarter panel, had rubbed and had a flat left rear tire. What's confusing is it seems like the 5 of Casey Kane, the teammate to the 24, had similarly the same issue.
Let's listen into the 24 and see what they said on the radio.
I think I got something broke. It's wobbling here.
So part braking potentially could bring that rear end to shift over.
Exactly. We didn't see any damage to the actual sheet metal, but it looked like the tire had got closer to the sheet metal. The 5, he left pit road, and he had to come back to pit road as well. You see right here a ton of smoke out of the left rear tire, and the left rear tire seems to be shifted out. It doesn't look like the sheet metal's pushed in, so really almost a mirror copy of what we saw in the 24.
Yeah, within a few laps of each other as well. It's always like something happened to the cars when they dropped them on pit road, or when they came up on the apron, something happened to the 2 cars.
Here's the 24 of Chase Elliott. After going from The highest of highs, and the 2 goes around. Brad Keselowski, a lot of damage to the front end of that car. Keselowski into the grass.
I gave him room, didn't I, Joe? You came up in front of him. Straight back to the garage here.
So we heard there was already a question on the radio whether Brad thought he gave room or not. So we have to go back and see the replay here to see. We saw this yesterday in the Xfinity race, Rick. This exit of turn 4, guys running the top versus the bottom. Jeff, there's different closing rates, different speed. We saw Kyle Larson and Joey Logano disagree with this a couple times. Here he is passing the 11 to Denny Hamlin. Looks like he almost wiggles and comes up in front of him. I don't know if he needs to get out of the gas or what. And the 11 just basically makes contact. But I can't believe Denny just ran into him on purpose. We're going to have to see that look a few more times.
Well, you heard the spotter. He said, did I give him room? And he said, well, you came up in front of him. Right there, he got loose, slowed his momentum down. The 11 was coming, and that's why the problem. Keselowski thought he was clear, but when he was moving up the racetrack, he wasn't anticipating getting loose like that. He got crazy loose, had to lift off the throttle, I would imagine. Denny Hamlin got in the back of him.
Yeah, so he came up in front of the 11, but the 11 just didn't have time to slow down, Rick, and ended up sending the 2 of Brad Keselowski into the grass.
To make his way back out onto the track, but the smoke rolling out from behind made NASCAR think there might be fluid down on the track. So the caution has come out for the 7th time today. And with that, there was also an issue with the 6 of Trevor Bayne. He got into the wall, may have had a little help from Casey Mears
back here in the garage at Kansas with Brad Keselowski, and despite a Herculean effort by your team to get a new front end put on this car, it's just not going to work out for you today. But Brad, talk about that incident on track. What happened? It sounded like maybe you just didn't give enough room to the 11.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. I mean, it's an automotive war zone out here. I think first of all, my guys busted their butt on this Miller Lite Ford to get it back out. And there's parts, there's pieces. They were working underneath it with oil. There was a fire at one point, and they just worked their guts out. And if my team keeps putting up this kind of effort, I don't worry about today. We're going to go win another race, or we'll win Talladega, we'll win other races, and we'll be fine. So I think that's the first thing. I want to thank my team for that kind of effort. But as far as what happened on the track, I don't know. Obviously, I spun out, got in the grass, and it tore the nose off. I probably could have raced a little bit less hard. You know, I had a big points gap coming here, but with this format, it's probably a smart thing to do. But I don't want to race like that, Kelly. I want to race my guts out. I want to go for wins, and I don't want a points race. I don't care what the damn format is. I'm going to go out and give it my best.
All right, well, he does have 4 wins at Talladega, so a bit of a bright spot there for the 2 teams.
Once again, the caution has come out, meaning another double file restart. The 7 with an issue, and potentially Chase Elliott could get the free pass here. Chase Elliott was the highest running car 1 lap down in 26th, as Regan Smith looks as though he's got a right front tire down, that splitter sealed to the ground, so they come to pit road.
As we see the 7 getting into the wall right there. And the next chunk of Chase cars, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon on 2 tires, and Martin Truex back in 7th, 8th, 9th. Can they afford to stay on the racetrack?
Something wrong with the 24 once again. He comes all the way down to the apron.
It looks like the left rear tire perhaps might be flat. It's hard to see from that angle right here, but he definitely has an issue. That's off turn 2. I'm not sure he'll make it back to pit road. We might see another caution. Kevin Harvick definitely doesn't want to see that.
Slow on the racetrack. You see the smoke rolling out from underneath the 24.
Guys, are you kidding me?
So something wrong with the 24. Right along with the look at how his hands are moving.
I'm losing a tire. Hang on to it.
So issues in Charlotte.
Down, we're limping.
And now once again at Kansas. Kevin Harvick out in front, less than 1.5 miles away from securing a spot in the round of 8. The gap between Harvick and Edwards, 1.5 seconds, as Edwards working the low line, trying to go by Brian Scott. Coming out of turn number 4. What a run and a race for Kevin Harvick. He will advance to the round of 8. He wins at Kansas.
Yeah, boys. Great job. Awesome job, man. Awesome job. Good job, Timmy. This team's something else. Kevin, hell of a driver, man. Unreal. Good job, guys.
Moment presented by Sunoco, fueling victories all season long. It's his 4th win already this season. 2 Chase wins to start off the 2016 Chase, and the 2nd time that he will visit victory lane at Kansas. He had already won earlier this week when he and Rutledge Wood had the Bloomin' Onion contest. He was able to take that one. And now he's able to defeat 39 competitors at Kansas. Most importantly, as a chase driver, he will advance to the round of 8.
Kevin Harvick in here in victory lane at the Kansas Speedway. And he knocks it out of the park. That was a home run right there. The team will go into their "I believe we will win" chant here shortly. No doubt about it.
I believe that. I believe that. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
There you go. Gotta love it when your guys celebrate like that. I think your spotter Timmy Fiedel said it best. What is it about this race team that you're able to do this every time, Kevin, when your backs are against the wall?
Well, the first thing I want to do is thank everybody on the number 4 team, everybody at Stewart-Haas Racing, Outback, Jimmy John's, Busch, Mobile One, Ditech, Hunt Brothers, Outback, Chevrolet, Morton Buildings, Bad Boy Buggies, everybody at the Hendrick Engines and Chassis Shop for everything that they do. You know, these races are hard to win, and these guys are just so good at the details, and you put their backs against the wall and they get better. So just really proud of them.
You and I talk a lot about motivation and how much you use motivation in your own life to kind of get you going. What motivated you the last couple of weeks after Dover and after Charlotte?
Well, I think the best thing is the fact that we prepare the same for every race, but I try every week to find something to motivate myself, and I know these guys do the same thing, and it's hard to keep yourself motivated and try to perform at a high level. So to be able to come out here and do it for 3 years now says a lot about the character of this team and the things that they do. And you know, it's like they say, everything that's really, really hard to get and come by, there's going to be some obstacles in the way, and there's going to be some bumps in the road. So I'm just really proud of everybody at Stewart-Haas Racing.
You won it on that final restart. Walk me through that and how you got around the 19.
I just got 2 good restarts against the 19. He didn't have a car quite as close to him, and I was able to break that draft right before I got to the middle 1 and 2 and get away from him. So that was pretty awesome. I knew I just needed to go for it, and that's really the mindset that we had coming into every race into the chase, was to go for it, and we did.
You told me these are rare times, that for 3 years your team has run so well. Rick Hendrick in here with a handshake, that your team has run so well that you feel like you have to take advantage now. Does that go through your mind on restarts like that?
Well, I've done a poor job. You know, the first half of the year we struggled with some ratios and timing, and we came up with some good ratios and things that really fit what we were doing, some processes and a lot of things to get better on the restarts, and it's paid off for us twice now in the chase.
They win race number 2 in round 1. They win race number 2 here in round 2 and as well. And Rick, you know what? Still in this elimination format, Kevin Harvick's never been eliminated.
Because he has done exactly what he said he was going to do entering the chase. As we look at the chase standings after 2 races in this round, the 2 wins, Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick solidifying their positions in the round of 8. But now you're down to 10 drivers, all fighting for the remaining 6 spots.
Kurt Busch will be scored as a 5th place finish, but up there looked like you might have a shot at battling for the lead for a moment. It was instead a fight with your teammate Carl Edwards in the 19. They thought you might have some problems with the way you were raced. Do you?
This M&M's Camry was really awesome today, and you know, we had really good short run speed. We just didn't have long run speed, so I hated that we weren't able to go up there and race the 4 and get more out of it, but we just kind of had to fade gracefully there a little towards the end, and just didn't have enough to chase those guys down. So I wish we did. Our car was really fast all through practice and everything all of this whole weekend. We just completely missed it here for the race, and we just didn't get our race adjustments right.
What was it like there? Because it was a pretty fierce battle between you and the 19. What was that like for you?
It's racing, I guess.
Thanks, Kyle.
Chase Elliott had such a promising day at the Kansas Speedway go awry because of tire issues. What happened?
We really don't know. I don't know if we got the left rear, you know, getting up on the racetrack or something, and it got in the fender, ended up cutting it down. But I don't know what you do, man. We were trying as hard as we can. We had such a good car today again, and that's I don't know what to do. Just keep after it and try to move on.
So now you go to Talladega in a pretty deep hole. It would appear to be a must-win situation. So how do you look at it?
I just go there and race our hearts out and try to win. I guess that's about all you can do. So we're, you know, we have we have something to be proud of, and the way we've been running, there's just some things we can't control, and I don't know how how to fix that stuff. But I appreciate everybody working so hard, man. These guys deserve better on this 100G1 Napa team, and we're bummed, but what do you do? Just got to move on.
Good to see you can still smile about it.
Thanks.
Chase Elliott, 25 points below the cutoff line in what appears to be a must-win situation heading to Talladega.